evening, BroadCoven. Thanks for dropping in with me. I am here to bring in a special collective read on an important transit we got going down. I will bring transits in when I feel like there's something we do need to be live to, and this one coming up is a pretty important one. It's going to have a significant effect on any kind of reroutes, any kind of directional turns you take. To get yourself out of that crossroads. This is the moment when the chariot can arrive on the scene. We got Mars conjunct Uranus in Taurus on Algol, the fixed star that's known for dashing and daring and a little bit of hair on the chest kind of courage that can also lead to outright disastrous results. With its fair share of misfortune, it is kind of an unpredictable energy, as is Uranus. But we know with Mars, okay, we do have that bit of enterprising energy, innovative energy, having a willingness to lead the charge. I am going to be bringing in elemental reads over the next 2 days for all of the signs. So we'll do something for the water signs, something for the earth signs, something for the air signs, and something for the fire signs. Okay, everybody will get addressed. We'll bring everybody's energy in. You all got a little bit different of a spin on it. Okay, I had a little bit of fun with it, so we're bringing a little quest flavor into those elemental reads. But this one's for all of you. Okay, so we're just bringing all of your energy in. This particular conjunction was last around on August of 2022. So you might want to look back at what shifted in your life at that time. Could there be a tie-in with this time? Certainly. These energies do have a way of kind of like looping back around, right? So we're just going to check it out. This particular conjunction is coming in at 26 degrees Taurus, which is the Sabian symbol for a Spaniard serenading his señorita. So there is a bit of this sort of like display and glamour, and also the way that we approach things matters at this time. In fact, we will be kind of clashing up against those ways that we are supposed to behave as we have been conditioned, as we've been programmed, as we've been told, and that strong desire to rebel against what wants to come in. At this time, though, it's so important that in order to move into the expansion on offer, we got to be real. We got to come real with it, okay? There's no putting on airs. There's no finessing in this climate. That's not going to get you anywhere. In fact, the means of expansion for this particular conjunction we got going on is 30 degrees Libra, which is expansion of the 3 mounds of knowledge. Okay, what are those about? Oh, well, we'll go into that when we dive into your reads. Okay, when we dive into the elemental reads, we'll look at that and we'll go more deeply into that. But it's about using a certain sense of wisdom that is developed through prescience. You know, the ability to see the future is going to require that you have an accurate assessment, understanding, grokking of the past. Okay, so do look back to that August 2022 time frame there. What was going on in your life? 411, it'll give you the 411. It'll highlight a little bit of information for you about what may be looping around. Now, what do we look at when we're looking at the Sabian symbols? We're looking at wisdom. We're looking at truth and love, truth tempered with love, okay? So if we act out of harmony with the truth, or if we act out of a place of selfishness as opposed to more of a collective consciousness, it's not going to get us where we want to go. The means of expansion is all about using knowledge as a platform to develop wisdom. Okay, and this requires that we do have that understanding that is rooted in the past, how things have played out, our part in it, and how we want to move forward in the future very intentionally. All right, we know that with the energy in play, yes, look at this. With the energy in play, we may want to, you know, break out of certain restrictions with the 7 of Wands here. We may have a really strong desire to quest for something that maybe others have quite strong opinions about, and this does mean that that usual rebellion is front and center at this time. But what's different about this energy is it comes in like a bolt from the blue, all right? You can't plan for this. There's no strategy around this. This is the way this is coming in. There's something that is going to come in that will be very unexpected, and planning has nothing to do with it. It's more about, can you ride the lightning? Can you ride the current and use it to transform your life in a beneficial way? There's like this real liminal space we're operating in here. It's this tiny, tiny window of opportunity that determines whether the actions we take or what we act on turns out to be utterly reckless and our demise, or if it's a missed opportunity. Okay, so you just got this real slim margin for hitting the mark and having it, not be an all-out loss, or something that you're kind of kicking yourself for and regretting down the road because you weren't brave enough. Okay, so it's about having your fair amount of courage, but not overly inflated sense of ego. Yeah, don't fall into delusions of grandeur, or else you won't make it through this space, this gateway that leads to the sun on the other side. See, there's a lot of potential to move into this expansion for sure, but you have to have timing. It's the art of timing. It's about being able to read the energy. It's about knowing when you should take action. Pisces energy coming in strong there, Cancerian energy as well. Yes, there is work to be done, and there is self-mastery that is involved in this work if we hope to elevate out of that south node Libra energy and move it on up to the north node Aries activation point. This is mastering the lessons of the 4 elementals. So even if you don't have, one of the elemental signs in your chart, and you see read, roll out, you might want to dive in and just check out what's going on with that collective, because it is about mastering the lessons of the 4 elementals to get to this place of integration. This, of course, is Libra energy and Taurus energy as well. So we know that what's going on here has everything to do with our sense of personal values. It has everything to do with what we really would like to see happen in our life, what we would like to come into, what we feel we are worth at the end of the day. A lot of times we can tie up our sense of worth to our station in life, but this is about really understanding how to work your path in a way that you really feel like you're honoring your life's expression. You're not wasting your life. You're not frittering it away. You're showing up, and you're squeezing every ounce of opportunity and satisfaction around what shows up around this, okay? It's also about believing in yourself, having a certain sense of self-esteem where you feel like, what, I can really go for this. Whatever is being put on the table here, whatever is coming your way, it does require a little bit of confidence. You can be a wallflower, but you're going to miss out on a tremendous opportunity for growth and advancement here, okay? So this is coming in different areas for everybody, but I kind of want to just get a general read of this for the collective. You do want to follow your passions. You want to pay attention to what your desires are telling you, okay? But this is about really understanding the energy in play and being very attuned to how the energy in play is influencing you internally to determine, which new adventures you sign on for, and whether these adventures are coming in the area of a whole new lease on life, a brand new direction, a major move, how you want to work moving forward, your relationships. And you really want to bring this into view, because there can be collateral damage if you are just super impulsive, reckless, and just are very excited to have a little enthusiasm peeking into your world after a long time of feeling stuck. Yes, I mean, we can get into this place where we have overinflated hopes. We've been waiting for that bit of a ray of light to come through. We're hoping it's not the light at the end of a tunnel that signals an oncoming train, right? We're hoping that it's this, promise of the rainbow after the storm, something to celebrate, but we also need to be aware of living in fantasy land too. I mean, glamour is still high at this time. We have to pay attention to this fact that we're moving through a very Neptunian kind of climate. You throw Uranus into the mix and then you get that wild card energy coming in. So you can see how this can really be a recipe for disaster. So this is about making sure that you're balanced in those four elementals as well. You know, that you're using the swords, that you're using the wands, that you're using the cups, and you're using the pentacles to really hit the mark. And that does require you to have a certain level of understanding of where you've misfired in the past. 11:11 on the clock, if you have to come into this alignment. And how this alignment looks is different for each of you. And so I thought, yeah, judgment, okay? Hindsight is always better than foresight. So use this to your advantage, you know? See if you can think back to August 2022. What was going on in your life at that time? It went from 11:22 when I started that off to 11:33, okay? So this is a big building block for your future. And yeah, you may have some stuff cropping up in your life that ties back to that time. And it's sort of like a test. Oh, yeah, it's a test. Have you learned your lesson? Have you learned what is needed in order to actually feel like you can rise up out of that south node? You can rise up out of the lessons of your past, the challenges of your past. Okay, Libra energy coming in here. So you feel like you really can step into all that you're being called to rise up into now. You see, the call is sounding, but you got to answer the call. So this is like a certain call coming in for you from spirit. It's up to you how you make use of it. You see, there is some kind of personal fulfillment on offer here. It's going to land in your lap, right? It's going to land in your lap. And this is key. It's like, you're not going to have to seek this out. This is going to come to you. So if you're trying to force a fit, if you're trying to force the current of the lightning to go as you want it to, you know, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to get burned, man. That ain't going to work out so well. This is really about understanding how the relationship is showing, up for you. Interesting. How the relationship, well, some of you, it is a relationship. We got the Hangman in reverse here, okay? So I do feel like this is an opportunity to come out of that hanged position and finally put what you learned, you know, getting caught up at the crossroads into action to move forward here. But it's your relationship to it. You know what I'm saying? It's your relationship to it. It's how you relate to the energy that's going to make a big difference. You could just be so excited to have an opportunity to break free of a holding pattern that you jump in. You don't really do that systems check and drop in with yourself and ask yourself, does this really feel right? You know? Does this feel in alignment? Take just that second to consider collateral damage. Like, that piece is important. It doesn't mean there's never going to be any risk, okay? But the risk shouldn't be such that it causes you to move out of integrity with wisdom, which wisdom is those energies of truth and love, okay? So there's something you really need to be mindful of here, and that can keep you out of the penalty box. Let me see any further details, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull out a card for each of the signs. We're going to go through, I'm going to tell you, yeah, judgment with that, okay? It's really about having judgment about how you move forward and remembering what happened in the past so you don't blow this, okay? In your desire to rush ahead and get what you want and feel like you finally are making some kind of advancement. Do be aware of how you gain that advancement, because it will affect how this energy plays out. There is this sort of like energy in play that's about knowing the correct way to move forward. You know, if you're moving forward in wisdom, then your steps will always be, you know, well placed. You know what I'm saying? It's when you're not moving forward with wisdom as your guide and you're just moving forward with that sheer, you know, desire, passion, you know, wanting that excitement. Like, a lot of you are in that place where you're like, can we have some excitement, like good excitement? Can we have an adventure here? And I just saw, you know, a raven flying up to that north node, okay? Flying up to the north. So yeah, there's a desire to have a little bit of magic in our lives, you know, something that awakens us to a sense of wonder, something that breaks us out of the doldrums, the humdrums, you know, and just wanting to experience something different, something to break up the mediocrity. So much so that some could have a tendency to like push too hard or try to make something be other than what it is, not recognizing the opportunity that really is available, even if it does come in a different sort of packaging or presentation than we were expecting. Because this can sabotage us. This can sabotage us. It can make us think that we're actually free of this kind of being caught up position. And really, you know, we've just bought into a mirage, you know, which can actually hold us back a lot longer. All right. So again, it's a fine balance here. You can't plan for it. You can't strategize. This is about recognizing the energy when it arrives, feeling the alignment, and allowing yourself to be carried with that current. You know, it's an electrifying experience. It will light things up and it will change your landscape. But you have to know how to make the right move. I mean, this is only a test. The one test of many to come, probably 3 tests that will come, you know, if we're going to get certain knowledge, 3 mounds of knowledge, right? They probably require 3 separate tests to really demonstrate that we've extracted the knowledge from these experiences. So that makes sense to me. Let's just dive right into it, okay? Let's just see what's coming in for each of the signs. I want to get like a little, just a little mini read for each of you. This is going to be real brief. We're not going to go into it with major detail, but I think I will put up the banners. And we're going to go ahead, and for this, we are going to start with Taurus, and that's because it's going to be in the sign of Taurus is where it's starting out. Okay, so in the 2nd house here. So let's just do this for the sake of continuity, all right, and having it make sense. I know normally we would start with Cancer, since it is Cancer season, but Cancer, your elemental reads will be kicking everything off, okay? So we're going to go with water signs first when we do those elemental reads starting tomorrow, okay? All right, Taurus, so let's just dive into your energy. Taurus, this is going to be very personal for you, all right? It's going down in your house. So this is all about you really considering what you value at this stage in the game, at this stage in your life. You know, what do you feel you are really ready to step into? This is a time when you're probably going to go through some kind of like very personal or lifestyle makeover. This is a time when you can take an action that's going to completely change the direction of your life, all right? And some of you are going to be doing like a personal makeover too. You're focusing a lot on wanting to change the outer presentation. But this is about a life directional reroute, okay? It comes in like a bolt out of the blue. Suddenly you have an opportunity you didn't think you would have, and it changes how you want to move forward. Ooh, basis of the matter, strength, okay? This is something that maybe you didn't feel you had the strength or the power to step into in the past. It could be related to someone from your past or a past opportunity coming back around for you to take advantage of. It could involve a Leo potentially, all right? You're going to have some courage to step into this. And let me just get one shuffle here, see what comes out on one pass. If nothing comes out on one pass, we're going to do a cut the deck for you, okay? All right, nothing came out on that one pass, so we're going to do a cut the deck and see what we got here for you, Taurus. Okay, so this allows you to drop a lot of responsibilities, a lot of weight that's been put on you, a lot of stuff that you don't really want to be carrying anymore. It allows you to free yourself from a particular burden. It opens up your road, and it definitely aligns you with your heart. This is about really stepping into your heart and recognizing the ways that your heart has become very heavy by doing what's expected of you, rather than trusting where your feelings are leading you, trusting where your desires are leading you. This definitely could have something to do with an object of your affection. It is about getting on the path with heart, and it could involve a water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Big change in your life. It seems like your change is sort of like hitched to a person coming in, you know, and it lights your fire. Okay, you definitely could be dealing with like a Cancer, Leo cusper. I see that here with the Queen of Wands. It could also be Pisces, Aries cusper. Okay, it could be a Scorpio, Sagittarius cusper, or an Ophiuchus. Okay, I could see that. You will have to really step into your power and move independently to take advantage of whatever this is that's coming in here. It may be rising up to a particular challenge that helps you redefine yourself, maybe something that had a lot of power over you in the past, and now you're recognizing that you're in a different place now of inner authority. And from this vantage point, you make a very different choice moving forward. Okay, so then we're going to travel backwards with this, okay? Next one, Aries. Aries. Let's go ahead and let's take all these cards here. Let's go ahead and bring them all up. Since that energy that we opened up with there really did bring all of the energies in, because we're all going to be influenced by how it's affecting Taurus, okay? Because Taurus is hosting this transit. So naturally, look at where you have Taurus activated in your chart. Look at your second house, see what you got going on there. I would also say pay a lot of attention to where you have Mars in your house. It's significant because it's going to definitely have an influence in how this is going to affect you and what you'll see roll out here. All right, Aries, for you, it's going down in your first house, okay? So very personal to you. This is about your own personal sense of security, especially in how you make money, okay? So look for this unexpected opportunity to come in that area for you, Aries. This could be a new job opportunity that comes in for you, or an innovative way of making money that you never considered before, perhaps some kind of creative opportunity that comes your way that frees you up and allows you to advance on this level. This also has you maybe doing something unexpected in terms of your security, and this can play out in any area of your life. This can play out in terms of your relationships, just your own personal sense of belonging, your place in the world, how you feel at this stage in the game, and something maybe having you do something you wouldn't have done before, taking an unexpected risk in this regard. And for you, it's about, you know, getting out of this place where you feel stuck and really recognizing that you do have the ability to step into this expansion. This is releasing yourself from your self-perceived limitations here. The limits are only in your mind, Aries. That's what's coming through here, okay? So there's an innovative way to get what you want, and you did have a card come out here. So what do you got? This is totally about your work, right? There's something you haven't looked at here with your work. It's a different way of working. It's a different way of earning money. It does require investment, okay? It does require that you put energy and focus on it. But I also think you're figuring out what really works out for you in a tangible way, and also where you fit into that, where you feel most at home, you know? I think you're figuring out what works for you. You're getting out of your head around what you think you should make work, and you're reinventing the wheel here with the Magician on the bottom. Really good energy here. This is you actually taking a significant action with whatever comes in here, and it transforms your life. Okay, so do look for you to take some kind of bold action in regard to an opportunity to work in a new way, make money in a new way, pounce on a creative project, something like this. It will require your investment, but I think you're going to find like the track where you belong in regard to this. Cut of the deck energy. Look at this, big time success. Okay, that's you doing your victory lap in the winner's circle there. And yeah, there's some kind of news that comes in around this that really lights your fire. You're ready to take a risk with this. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius in this regard. It's also that Sagittarian house. So this is about moving into greater expansion, maybe doing something you've never done before. This fuels you with a sense of optimism. And with 2533 coming in on the clock, just saw Raven head out this way from the west to the east, okay? This is some important news coming in here that really does finally get you feeling like, yeah, this I can get on board with. This feels right, okay? So it looks good. I got like good Jupiter energy coming in there for you around that Aries, okay? Now we got to go back over here and we got to go to Pisces. Okay, Pisces, it's going down in your third house. For you, it's all about communication. Okay? So there's some kind of communication that comes in that brings an opportunity for you to, you know, strike while the iron's hot. Have a bit of luck here. Perhaps get yourself out of a difficult situation. Get a last minute save, you know. You thought that something was going down in flames, and then it's like saved by the bell, saved at the 11th hour. It's like it's some turn of fortune that gets you out of the crossroads energy, which is really good. I did have this interesting message come in for Pisces, and in some cases you may feel like you've been set up or you're taking the fall for something that is not solely your responsibility, or you're taking more than your fair share of the brunt of something. And I do feel like this is some news that comes in that relieves you of that position, okay? But you do have to take advantage of the opportunity when it comes in for you. There's some kind of communication involved around this. For some of you, it's actually issuing some kind of like legal communication, you know, maybe serving someone some papers. This could also be you hearing from somebody that you've been waiting to receive word on, that you've been hoping to follow through with something they agreed to do for you, okay? They finally come through here. Yeah, I think you feel like, you know, time's running out here and you're needing something to come through. There's something here about be aware of sneakiness or doing things in such a way where you're hoping to kind of like get around a particular stumbling block, because it will trip you up, right? Everything needs to be above board with this. Make sure your communications are above board too. Make sure that you ask the right questions as well. This is important for you to take advantage of this opportunity. Okay, what else is coming in communications for Pisces in regard to this transit? All right, got a card right there. What do we got? Look at this. Fast-moving communication, comes in quickly, changes a lot of things. This could have something to do with love. It could have something to do with really following your heart and heading toward that person you want to communicate to. Maybe you're the one who needs to take the risk in this regard, you know. This could also be needing to move really quickly. This could be a physical move. You get communication that, yes, you got the place, or you get an opportunity to go on a trip that you never could have seen coming, all right? So these are all ways that this could come in for you, but definitely the communication is lit. Whatever happens here gets things moving forward in your life really rapidly over the next 2 months, okay? Whole different landscape for you, very different storyline emerging here, but it does require you do things differently so you can avoid troubles, okay? I do feel like this is the desire to move away from a particular trouble. Got a lot of sentience around this, okay? This is a worry, this is an anxiety, something that can be relieved by this movement. But you have to remember this piece about the key to moving in the expansion is with wisdom, with truth, and with love. So there's really a need to do things above board here. Doing things sneaky won't work, okay? And I think this does have something to do with something you really want to move into here emotionally, okay? The heart's on the line here with this. And it does seem like it has something to do with perhaps the arrows of love, some romantic advance that's desired, or the desire to meet with somebody on a heart-to-heart level. There is some desire for healing here. There is some desire to work things out, okay? To get to the other side of a particular thorny situation, I feel, all right? Interesting, interesting. Okay, so Aquarius, for you, it's going down in the fourth house, which is all about your home. Where do you belong? What feels like home to you? Do you feel at home within yourself? I just saw 3030 on the clock, which makes me think of what came in with the collective read the other day about, you know, having future vision is better than 2020 vision. When you can have it now to like the spiritual activation of the vision, you might have something coming in for you that is giving you a certain spiritual sight about where you really belong, what feels like home for you. You may also really find that there's some kind of unexpected guidance coming in at that time that almost gives you a glimpse of your future self if you keep on the same track. And this really makes you realize that maybe you belong somewhere else, or perhaps you've been jeopardizing something that you start to realize like, whoa, you know, I almost gave away my sense of home, what really roots me. Okay, it could come in a little differently for all of you. This is definitely something that moves you forward, but not by your will, by Spirit's will, okay? Some of you are going to be moving and you can just feel this coming in. Maybe you've already been sensing it, even though you're not sure where you're going to go. Maybe you don't know where to move. You just know where you're at is not where you belong anymore. Big transformation here that's activating your North Node. There is an action coming in here. And you may be dealing with a Pisces. It's possible we do have this Knight of Cups, or a Pisces could be heading towards you. There is a choice that needs to be made here with the Lovers, okay? But this is something that involves the heart. Who do I belong with? This could be what your sense of home looks like. Like, where does your heart feel most at home? You could be dealing with a Gemini as well. Important decision to make here at the crossroads. And with that, we do have strong Gemini indications here with the Queen of Swords. We also have air sign energy, Libra, we have Aquarius, that's your energy here. I do feel like, you know, you're trying to understand, do I belong here? Should I continue to sort of like stand up for this? Should I try to revive this? Okay. There might be something that you're trying to get off the ground. It could be with an ex. It could be with something that you feel like it just went cold on you. You're not sure how to get through back to the heart. There might be a certain truth that needs to be spoken here. There might need to be some honest communication that comes through. You might be a little leery of this. You might be concerned about the reception, but this is going to let you know whether you should revive this or not, okay? There's some opportunity coming in here to perhaps have a communication that lets you know what choice you need to make. So you're no longer in that in-between place where you're not quite sure where you belong, okay? Cut of the deck here, and what do we got for Aquarius? All right, it does open your road. You see a whole new way forward. And it doesn't compromise your security either. And I'm noticing landscape. See, here we got kind of like this natural setting. Then over here, we have the city, okay? So some of you are moving away from, you know, being in a more kind of like rural area or small town kind of area. You're moving to the big city. Maybe there's some kind of work opportunity that comes in. You realize, I'm ready to go for this. I need something a little more. Or it could be the opposite. You could be moving from a big city into a more rural location, but I do feel like a lot of you are moving. And there's something about your heart that's on the line there, you know, it feels like this is where you belong. And there could be a lover associated with that, all right? Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, this is going down in your fifth house. So that's probably the most fun placement you could have for this action to be going down for you with this transit, because it means that there can just be stuff that comes in out of the blue that just offers you an opportunity to have some fun you weren't even expecting. A little bit of romance, a little bit of kismet. So I think this is really cool for Capricorns to have it coming in such a way. This is also about you just maybe getting an unexpected chance to let your hair down, you know, not have so much responsibility and just kick up your heels a bit. It does have a lot of that sort of like kismet vibe though. So I do think you are going to get a bit of that magic coming in for you, Capricorn. The only thing is you want to make sure that, you know, the fun is worth it, okay? Don't be so reckless that you get yourself into a really bad spot. Like, nobody wants to get a call in the middle of the night that you need to be bailed out of the joint because, you know, you got yourself in too much trouble, right? Yeah, don't be reckless, okay? You still need to have a fair share of discernment here. This could be in relation to a particularly difficult character too, I have to say. This could be in relation to an ex, you know. Maybe this is an opportunity to go and have some fun with an ex, you know. They want to take you out, want to do something with you. You think maybe it would just be a little harmless fun. This could even be like hookup energy, I have to say, okay? You think, it couldn't hurt to just go for one round, could it? I mean, with the King of Swords in reverse, that's kind of a malicious energy. So you might want to be aware of that, especially with Algol on the scene, because Algol can encourage sort of like, you know, touchy situations, okay? Aggressive situations. All right, you got a couple cards that came out here. Oh, yeah, look at this. For you, this is about you really using your discernment. I think somebody's going to approach you. It looks like a bit of fun. You're kind of privy to maybe throw caution to the wind, okay? You might desire that, okay? Some of you, not all of you. I know that it may just feel like a bit of excitement, but there's something here you need to be aware of. This person is a little sketchy that's approaching you, and they could really throw things out of balance. Yeah, this is a case where it may seem like fun, but it could actually land you in hot water, okay? Could land you in a lot of trouble. So be on the lookout for this. You might really want to pay attention to where you have Mars in your chart to see how this might particularly come in for you, okay? Look at your Mars placement. There's something you need to be aware of here. This is a very dominating figure. This is somebody aggressive, okay? So I think that's what's unexpected about this that's going to come in here. There's still a way to kind of like pull something off. I do feel like this character is a block on your path. This could be an Aries. This could be a Taurus. You'll be dealing with any of the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Likely this is an ex or somebody you dealt with before. If somebody pulls a fast one with you at work, you know, think twice before you fire something back or fire back an email. You know, that could have not so good results. Maybe just at a point when you're about to be freed up to have some fun because you built up some stability for yourself, and then you go and do something reckless and it could cost you big time, land you in hot water. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cut of the deck here. What do we got? Yeah, look at this. This is something coming in real swift communication. I think you're going to overcome this. I see you overcoming this, all right? Somebody's going to come toward you really quickly here. This is what I got. And they got a lot to say, right? They got a lot to say. And I feel like they're really wanting an opportunity to do something fun with you. What they're presenting seems like, you know, it's to go out and have a good time, all right? Maybe even to get you in the bedroom. I have to say, this could be somebody you've dealt with in the past, could be an ex. But this is sort of an energy that wants to conquest, okay? So you really need to think about this if you want to go down this road, because I do see this is something that could really be destabilizing for you. It could cause you problems, and it is a test for you because you're just about to achieve some major success, like major victory here on your path. And it's all about how you handle this particular character. I think this is also your opportunity to sort of set the record straight with somebody who had too much power over you in the past, you know, sort of like a moment when you get to straighten your crown. You know, you overcame the challenges of the past, and something about this brings you a certain reward on your path. Yeah, just trust, you know. Certain prayers you've had are about to be answered on the other side of dealing with this difficult person. Wow, I thought it would turn out a lot different than that, okay? Be careful, man. All right, Sagittarius. For you, it's going on in your 6th house, your house of work and routine, right? So this is something that comes in that gives you an opportunity to like shake up your routine. It might require your routine gets shaken up a bit, right? There might be a bolt of lightning that comes down, a tower that comes down that changes your usual routine. All of a sudden you have to think light on your feet, all right? You have to just go with the energy of the moment. This could be something that comes in the area of work. Now, it can have, you know, really beneficial, innovative, you know, liberating effects. It can have an effect where if you're too impulsive and you don't use wisdom, then it can work against you. So let's see how this is coming in for Sagittarius. How is this coming in for Sagittarius? Ooh, okay. This could be around a Virgo. And this could be a path that's being presented to you to explore. It's a path that you'll have to go off on alone. I think you're doing some real deep work here. You're totally being guided by your spirit at this point. Some of you are stepping onto a brand new spiritual path. You feel like you have to go in another direction. You don't really know the road ahead. This is something that is very different for you, okay? It's like you've never been here. The hermit doesn't know where they're going. They're going completely by trust, okay? Some of you are getting into some kind of spiritual work or metaphysical line of work. Some of you are really breaking free from like the tradition in your family. Like maybe everybody in your family, you know, works within a certain industry, or there's a certain trajectory that they follow for like, you know, their career path. Like they go to school and they get their masters and they become doctors or they become lawyers or, you know, something that's considered a respectable career. This is you doing something that maybe seems a little bit oddball to people. They're like, what the heck is this? It pays off, okay? This is really about, you got some kind of calling you're answering here. It will require a radical shift in your usual routine. And wow, not a lot wanted to come out there. In fact, the shuffle was really like at sticking points here. So there's something here about don't reveal all. You got to just trust your own path at this time. If you share too much with other people, they're going to fill you with a bunch of, you know, their BS that's going to have you questioning your path. And right now I feel like you're really calibrated with your due north, so you need to listen to this. It will provide rooting, it will provide grounding, it will provide stability for your future. There's growth here. You could be dealing with a Virgo, okay? That energy came out very strongly. You could have a strong Virgo placement in your chart. If so, you know, you may want to look at where is that Virgo placement, okay? It could give you a big clue. Earth sign energy coming in strong here too. Could be dealing with a Taurus, could be dealing with a Capricorn. All right, so there's something that if you trust where you're being led here and you invest in this, there is some kind of growth. It pays off. But I do feel like you're taking a bit of what some may consider an eccentric path here. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some arguments about this. It is going to stir up some dissension, might stir up a dissension with a particular character, could be somebody else who holds a lot of fire like you. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Most of all, though, I feel like this is you just really being in a place of almost like questing. That's what I feel. It's like you just feel like, no, you know what? I got a dream here. It requires me to move independently. Maybe some people think that you're showboating a little bit going after this. You know, this has big Leo energy around it too. So this could have something to do with something that's going to move you into the spotlight, whether you like it or not. You're being guided by your own little light, but it shines a light on you. Like people take notice to this move that comes in. You could be getting an opportunity from a fire sign, okay, that could be coming in. It stokes the passions, you know. I feel like whatever this is, though, it leads you to, you know, a change in the routine. 44 on the clock. Yeah, it's got a little bit of synchronicity around it, a little bit of kismet. You're meant to come into alignment with this. It's moving you out of a state of boredom, I feel. Like you want to feel really invigorated, alive, full of promise, potential, you know? There might have been, you know, a time when you even cut off a sense of possibility for yourself, and this is a chance to break out of it. All right. Nothing routine for you coming in here. All right, Scorpio, for you, Scorpio, this is coming up in your 7th house. So this is all about your relationships, okay? Big changes in your relationship, something unexpected happening in your relationship. This could even be somebody popping the question, okay? If you thought you were dealing with somebody who would never, you know, step up to the plate, you might be surprised, or, you know, simultaneously, it could go the other direction. This could be somebody choosing to go a different direction and you weren't expecting that. It throws you for a loop and it changes your whole trajectory. So this is all about your relationships. It's all about those mergers. We're looking at serious mergers here with the 7th house. Is the house of Libra, okay? So a lot of South Node action going on here too. We also have to pay attention to the fact that it's a house of open enemies. So there might be something that happens in regard to somebody who has opposition to your plans coming forward here, right? Anything goes with this energy. You could be dealing with a Leo. This is going to require some strength. This could be somebody from your past, somebody also who hasn't been very communicative, okay? You've been just focusing on your personal growth in this regard. You've been finding your own balance. And now it's going to be time for you to actually have this communication. You might feel a bit like you're heading into the belly of the beast here. You know, this might have been something that you weren't ready for in the past, or you had too much fear around, but you feel like you have the strength to overcome what overpowered you in the past. And a lot came out here. Okay, you're only supposed to have one card, Scorpio, okay? Yeah, there some way you moved forward very recklessly in the past. Maybe you issued communication too quickly here. It really threw things out of balance. It led to some kind of disappointment here. Didn't turn out the way you wanted it to turn out, okay? This could be related to this. This could be a chance to maybe say things that you wish you would have said or wish you would have expressed differently. All right. Could be a King of Pentacles involved in this situation. You could be dealing with an earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is also about somebody that maybe you're seeing differently than you used to, and this changes how you want to communicate, or perhaps this person's showing up in a way that they didn't in the past. Maybe they are coming forward more seriously here, more in it, more ready to actually invest, do the work. Yet there's still this piece of beware of illusion, beware of glamour, okay? So this is where your opportunity is coming in. I do feel like you're really being tested here, judgment here. You could be dealing with a Libra as well. This is definite South Node action. There's something that's coming up here to close out a particular karmic cycle, maybe connected to August of 2022 when we last had this transit, all right? There's a way to do something right this time, all right? I feel like something was done impulsively, recklessly in the past. This is an opportunity to take a new action, a strong action that can lead to growth in the fall for you, all right? Kind of the deck energy. What do we got here? Ooh, yes, but there is something hidden here. There is a secret here, and this is what needs to be revealed. There needs to be direct, open, honest communication about what's been hidden here. Hidden intentionally, I just heard, okay, Scorpio. Could be involving a Pisces, all right? Also a Cancer with that High Priestess energy. All right, with that, Libra. Everybody probably wants to pay attention to this as well, just because Libra's in the South Node position. So this is really something that could speak to the collective here. Just like with that Taurus energy, this is about mastering the lessons of the Empress, the lessons of the 4 queens, okay, those 4 elemental suits to be able to come to that point of integration and empowerment. Libra, Mars rules your relationship house, okay? And for you, this is going down in the 8th house of Scorpio. Real deep terrain here, but you're dealing with issues of soul bonds, also where you share resources, energy with others. Okay, so let's see, how is this coming through for you? We're heading into deep territory with this for you, Libra. Oh yes, so this has something to do with something that went awry. This could have something to do with integrating a third party situation, all right, or an opportunity to deal with something that's unhealed. This could be a deep wound, and with that, nothing wanted to come out there. So let me do a cut of the deck. All right, yeah, this, I'm picking up third party energy here very strongly. I feel like where there's been a secret or some clandestine situation, this is going to be revealed. There's something to be balanced out here karmically, and there's something that needs to be brought to a close. I also feel like this is not tolerating this anymore. You know, this is you rebelling against breadcrumbing in your life and stepping up to the kind of give and take that you know you deserve, you know, and that you're ready for in your life, right? Pretty potent energy. Very short, succinct, to the point. You'll know what this is, Libra. Okay, Scorpio. Oh, I went to say Scorpio again. All right, that's interesting. Virgo, are you dealing with a Scorpio? Are you dealing with a matter of that Scorpio house, the 8th house? You could be. Interesting for that to sort of filter in there. Virgo, you may have some Scorpio cross watchers, or your Scorpio placements are really activated right now. Check out what's going on in your 8th house as well, Virgo. That makes sense. In Vedic astrology, Virgos are Libras, okay? So I could see how that could be coming in there. For you, Virgo, it's going down in your 9th house, which is your house of travel. It's your house of expansion. It's also about your philosophy, you know, your philosophy of life, and an opportunity to move into a more optimistic mind frame. So there's something here, it does come in as a bit of a stroke of luck, okay? A bit of blessing energy for you, Virgo. It's like a little bolt out of the blue from Jupiter to bless up your life. And it's all what you do with it, okay? So you might have an opportunity that requires you jump on a plane, or you go somewhere, you travel somewhere, or maybe you do something very out of the ordinary. Ooh, okay. It has something to do, though, with you getting out of a position where maybe you haven't had the confidence to step up into this in the past, right? You're getting the opportunity to rise up into this. Are you going to be able to look at things in a new way, though, to be able to step into this opportunity, Virgo? Wow. Okay, sticking points. Interesting. You seem like you're stuck in a position where maybe you feel like you've been disrespected some way, or you haven't been valued. Yeah, something here really hurt your heart. You dealt with some kind of grief, separation. There's something that you need to balance out here. All right. And again, temperance, that's Sagittarius's house. So this may require that you go on a trip to balance something out with someone. You may need to actually experience some healing in this situation. You may not understand why things went down the way they did. In some way, I feel this sense of you don't feel respected in this situation. You may be hearing from this person. They may be giving you some kind of insight into the situation that you didn't see before. It has you looking at the situation in a new way. It gives you an entirely different perspective here. And I do see you moving away from troubles, or maybe finally deciding you're not going to hold on to a certain pain you've been nursing anymore. So for you, it looks like you're overcoming something. You're overcoming something that allows you to finally like recognize your own sense of self-worth and come back into a place of inner strength and confidence. And it shows you moving away from what's been troubling for you. Some of you may decide to move away from a particular connection that at one point, you know, you placed so much of your own self-worth on this person's approval of you. And you may be deciding like, you know what? No, I'm good. I'm good. And you may balance things out, but you're sort of now having more of a philosophical view of this situation. You're not letting it hold you back anymore in your advancement and moving forward in your life, okay? I do see you moving away from troubles. Some of you will be making a physical move, all right? And for some of you, children are factoring strongly into this situation. I do suggest that you are open to this opportunity to clear out these emotions. Like, don't cut off that opportunity. You don't want to move forward and bring that pain forward with you and have it sort of be the blueprint for what comes into your life from this moment forward, right? But I do see you're getting an opportunity to move away from troubles. I think you should have a good clearing out, though. I think you do need to talk to somebody, right? So I think that opportunity is coming in for you. Did I do a cut the deck for you? I don't remember if I did. Let me do a quick cut of the deck. Yeah, this is the need to balance out something with someone where it's been like two ships passing in the night here, all right? Maybe you just couldn't get things to sync up. You feel like you've been hanging out at the crossroads. There's a bit of karma going down in this situation. You could be dealing with someone where you feel like they were like a hidden enemy, like a frenemy kind of energy. Could have been dealing with the Pisces in this situation. You know, there's something that needs to be balanced out here, though, that's caused a lot of confusion, and I do see you sorting through it. All right. It's okay. You'll get to the other side of it, all right? The rough stuff's coming to a close. You're moving away from troubles with whatever this bolt of lightning coming in out of the blue is for you, okay? All right, Leo, for you, it's going down in your 10th house, which is all about like your public reputation, how you're perceived, your brand, the face that you're showing the world, how you're received, how you're showing up. So this has, you know, quite far-reaching implications for you. So let's see, how is this coming in for Leo? How is this coming in for Leo Spirit? How is this transit going to affect Leo? All right, let's see. Whew. All right, so you could be dealing with somebody who's being a little emotionally manipulative. This could be a mother. This could be ways that you're holding in your emotions as a way to have some sense of control over a situation. This could be having a fear of sharing your emotions because you feel like if you do, it puts you in a weaker position, or you're dealing with somebody who's using this as a bargaining chip, somebody who's like giving the cold shoulder, not sharing themselves emotionally with you as a way to gain control over a situation. All right. You could be dealing with a water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You could be a Cancer, Leo, Cusper. There's something here where it felt like a real sense of betrayal. A major ending's gone down here. Someone feels like they got 10 swords in the back, okay? It's like they've seen the worst of it. So this could be a tower that's coming in to finally close something out that maybe's been in a holding pattern for too long, maybe due to some emotional manipulation, all right? What's coming in here could be with a King of Wands energy. That's your energy. You could also be dealing with another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Yeah, there's some offer that's coming in here. And it's actually maybe the desire to, you know, continue to hold on to something that you're hoping can turn around that isn't even heading in your direction. It's interesting. You see how it's not facing the direction of the offer. There's like another offer coming in here for you, but you could actually like blow this opportunity for you. There's something coming in for spirit for you, and it brings you some kind of beautiful alignment, but it's like you're fixated on another source of celebration here, okay? Something that actually may be complicated because it may be like a third party situation. There may be something in what you're fixated on here that you're continuing to view as a disappointment and you're not willing to like let it go so it can transform. That's keeping you from the transformation you desire. And I say that because on the other side here we have the Queen to the King facing each other. You see what I mean? It's like you're kind of keeping yourself from your true heart's desire. Once you let this go, it opens the road, and there's something that comes forward for you here. It moves you forward really quickly, okay? And it looks good. But you're clinging to something that is done, it's over with, and it's preventing you from coming into alignment with where you really belong. And it's not until you see this that you'll actually move forward, right? You do need to let go to move forward here. That's how you find the middle way. It's like your view is too polarized right now. It's like, should I do this or that? You know, you can't see that maybe there's a way through that you haven't seen yet. And it's because of this desire to sort of like control the way things move forward that it's preventing you from actually releasing and coming into the alignment you've been looking for. It may come in a different form than you expect, but it looks good here, okay? Cancer energy coming through pretty strongly here. You could be a Cancer, Leo, cusper, okay? And with that, Cancer, let's see what's coming in for Cancer in relation to this transit for you. Cancer, it's going down in your 11th house, right? It's going down in your 11th house here. One moment. Let me just go back for a minute. Must be Cancer, Leo, Cuspers, okay? There's something about what you're holding on to or you're trying to control in this situation that may have been working against you in terms of what you're trying to grow for yourself, Leo. This is coming in, okay? Some kind of advancement you've wanted to see, or some kind of turning of the tides as far as public favor is concerned. You might not be realizing the way you've been trying to control something too much is what's sort of been working against you. As soon as you let this go, the old cycle comes to an end. And I see you actually using your fire in such a way that puts you into alignment with the right people, places, things that really puts a whole different spin on the way you're viewed, all right? There's something different about the way you need to move here, all right? That's what needs to change, okay? Cancer. All right, I had to go back. Some of you are Cancer, Leo, Cuspers. All right, Cancer, this is coming in your 11th house of belonging, okay? So this is all about where you really feel you belong. It's about your social circle. It's about your community. It's about the important people in your life. It's family. It's also the World Wide Web. It's your networks, okay? It's all those points of connection, how you're being affected. Do you feel like you belong? Do you feel like you found the place you belong? Do you feel like you're in the right circle of friends? Do you feel like you found a sense of community that's in alignment with you, your values, your dreams, your desires? All of that, Cancer, okay? So let's see what's coming in here for Cancer in regard to this Mars conjunct Uranus transit. Ah, yes, okay. So there's an opportunity that's going to come in for you to invest in a certain direction, all right? And it might require a certain switch up, okay? A certain switch up that changes things for you. It's enough to make you think and consider, should I go this way? Should I take this opportunity? Okay, nothing wanted to come through on that round. We're going to do a cut of the deck here, see what we got. I think whatever comes in here, you know, allows yourself to be freed of a certain weight you've been carrying for too long. It lightens your load. It allows you to move forward in such a way where maybe you're aligning with a particular group of people, a community of people where you feel like you're really celebrated for who you are. You finally feel like you don't have to be connected to people anymore that make you feel like your presence is a burden or it's a trouble, you know, to interact with you, or you always have to do special favors for these people or take on certain obligations, responsibilities in order to feel like you've earned a place in their life, okay? I also feel like there's something that is fundamentally changing here about the way you work. You might be looking at working in a new way that involves you maybe not having to do such such strenuous work or such long hours, or you've been going about something in a certain way that it's made the load a lot heavier on you. And I feel like it's not giving you the kind of reach that you need. It's not giving you the kind of reward that you deserve. And there's something here about freeing yourself from unnecessary agreements, contracts, whether these are social contracts, work contracts, and lightening your load that is not only going to get you moving forward a lot easier, but will have you moving forward to a place where you feel more appreciated. You feel like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is where I belong. This feels right. These people appreciate me. I don't feel like I'm a burden to these people. They never make me feel this way. They make me feel like I belong here. And they value my input. They value what I bring to the table, okay? So I do see where you've been thinking about leaving behind work that's become really just sort of like drudgery to you, or perhaps a certain social circle or community where you just feel like, I just don't feel like this is my place. I don't feel like these are my people. Where you are considering dropping that and moving in another direction, you're going to get an opportunity to do so. And if you feel like, you know what, I'm going to take the risk, I think it really could pay off for you. Bottom of the deck. I mean, I see you moving forward very rapidly in this regard. The opportunity could come in from a fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And again, some of you are Cancer, Leo cuspers. So this message coming in very, very strongly for you. All right. Let's see. And then the final one, Gemini. All right, Gemini, for you, this is going to be going down in your 12th house. So we know this is an important karmic cycle involved in this situation for you. This likely is something that roots back to August 2022 for you. There's an opportunity for you here to maybe really experience a lot of rapid spiritual growth. Maybe even have a lot of spiritual assistance come in. This has the vibe of something just feels like it's meant to be, okay? Whatever comes in here, it makes you a believer. If you haven't felt very like spiritually inclined, you may become spiritually inclined. You might have your views really shifting in this regard. You might be discovering a whole new level of spiritual growth, spiritual connection, okay? And I do feel like there's something that's coming in here too that is, you know what I mean? It's really affecting you on a deep level. There's something fundamentally that's shifting here for you. And it's sort of like the point of no return. I feel like you're going through a real spiritual initiation here. You're not going to come out the other side the same as you go in. You know what I'm saying here? This is a big transformation, something coming in for you that brings a big transformation in your life. It does involve you listening to your own truth and steadying yourself when this comes in. And in fact, I feel like the message is coming in through your intuition. It may come in with the new moon energy that will be arriving in August, okay? It may come in with that Leo new moon. You may be getting more of like a download around this. It might be a certain intuition, a certain understanding, spiritual understanding, a certain vision that awakens in you, and it sort of like takes you by storm. And I feel like it's nothing to do with the outside world here. This is you really coming into contact with the creator within you and getting a direct message from spirit. It might require you to take an action where you block off a certain path that you would have been prone to head down before. Ugh, you're getting a reroute here. Okay. Interesting. I'm just looking at this because these all flipped up. Yeah, this relates to giving up a path that you know you need to leave behind because it just always leaves you wanting more. It leaves you in this state of disappointment and disillusionment. There's a lot of stress around leaving this behind. I think you've been weighing this up for a long time here, a long, long time. It's been a bit of a spiritual quest for you. And I think that, you know, you've just been trusting this process. There's been a lot of subconscious healing that's been happening here. And I do feel like you're being led. You're being led through a spiritual initiation here. It has you going off your own way and following your heart. Okay? Leaving behind something that you invested a lot of time and energy in. I got that. What do we got here? That's security. Okay? So that's interesting, the way that that comes in for you. There may be something here that really challenges you to leave behind what's been a source of security for you in order to really trust where your heart is guiding you now. It's a risk. It's a risk, but it's an initiation. It's something you're meant to pursue. It's going to come in and just take you by storm here. And I do feel like you're sort of leading this charge, like you see a direction that nobody else sees. And that's because it's merging through a certain sort of spiritual sight with you that's coming in. Yes. Yes. Okay. Your energy very strongly. It's like your future self is giving you a visitation here and is telling you of things to come. If you don't head in the direction you know in your heart you need to head in. And it will be presented to you. It's going to come in the form of an opportunity. It's got like kind of a now or never sort of vibe to it, I have to say. That's how it's coming in for you. And with that, 1/12/02 on the clock, okay? So yes, 12th house. Important cycle closing here. This is the closing of an important karmic cycle for everyone. And this goes back, you know, to that summer, to August of 2022. So I do recommend kind of looking back then to sort of seeing what was in play at that time, because it does factor into what's going to be rolling out here with this particular transit. And do remember, you know, you got to just respond in the moment with this. You can't spend a lot of time like strategizing and having it all planned out. And at the same time, it's a delicate balance because you don't want to be reckless. And that's why you're really going to have to use your wisdom to be able to navigate this terrain. But I do see you doing that. And I see you finding a way through. All right. Okay, collective. I'll be back tomorrow with more on this. We'll start diving into the specific elementals and we'll give you a little bit more context of the terrain you're moving through, how to navigate it, what to be on the lookout for, and what your overarching themes are as a collective that will help you really come into the empowerment of your element to navigate your way through this particular test and come out aces. See you then.